Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllDay, back with another video, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Green Arrow from the Injustice 2 video game. We're going to be taking a look at the figure itself in terms of the articulation, color, and paint, and as always, if it's worth your purchase or not. But before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not only to support the channel, but to keep it up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box, for those box collectors out there. So this is how the front of the box looks like. And I know it's angled, it's because of the glare, and I don't want to have that light glare, so that's why I have it to the side. So this is how the front of the box looks. The side, the back, and I do like the updated version of the back of the McFarlane box. I like how it's just one big image, as opposed to the smaller images in the bottom. The side, top, and of course the bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. Alright, let's take a look at the accessories that it comes with. So it comes with a card as always. So this is the front of the card, the back of the card. It does come with a regular bow, simple design, quiver, pretty detailed quiver. And of course, the bows itself. Unfortunately, they're all glued in, so you can't really do much. But you just pop them in there, and then you put it in the back of Green Arrow. All right, let's take a look at Green Arrow. First off, right away, one thing it does have, which I do not like, and many others don't either, is the eyes are not straight. They are side eyes. The good thing is not an extreme side eyes, but it does have, unfortunately, the side eyes. The hair sculpture is good. The paint's good. The articulation on the head is actually pretty good. It's a little stiff because it's a new figure, but pretty good articulation. Shoulders, good. Elbows, wrist, good. The design on his armor, the upper torso is very, very good. I do like the paint. I like the subtle gold, like the dark gold, and the arrow right here too. Very, very, very good. Also too, I do like the stitching right here. So I gotta say the sculpture on this in the upper torso is really, really good. That stitching design all over the upper body, and it does really, really good. It really pops, and I like the color palette, which is a dark green and a light green. And of course, here's where you put the quiver. And the cool thing is you can kind of put it wherever you want, so you can have a certain look. But I gotta say, very, very good, very detailed figure and sculpture, excuse me. The paint job is good too. The stitching is throughout the whole upper body. Let's see, look at the legs. The boots look good, even on the stitching. Very, very good. Also, the legs look good. The paint's good. So everything about the sculpture is really good, man. I can't not hate this. There's the knees. Ankles do bend, but they're a bit stiff because it's a new figure, so I don't want to bend it. But I gotta say, this whole sculpture is really, really good, man. Really good. And McFarlane did a fantastic job with Green Arrow from the Injustice 2. And I gotta say, all of the Injustice 2 costumes is really, really good. I don't think there's ever been a bad one. Now, there are also a couple caveats to this figure. One, the side eyes. Two, the bow is cool, but it's a bit nothing special. But three is there is no actual bow with it. So you can't really put a bow onto this and kind of like make it look like you're shooting an arrow. Similar to another figure, which is going to be the regular Green Arrow, the first Green Arrow figure. This is from the show Arrow, or the Arrowverse, or however you want to call it. So this is the first Green Arrow figure that McFarlane produced out, and I gotta say, this figure compared to this one, it's difficult to choose one. If I had to choose which one I prefer, Arrow or Green Arrow from the Injustice 2, it's difficult because there's certain things on here that look good, but there's certain things on here that look even better, and vice versa. So, for example, the first thing that the first Green Arrow figure that came out is the bow. Just look at the bow, the sculpture, the design, the detail on that bow is really, 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 really good. Very detailed, and also to that paint, it doesn't look like just nice and clean and polished. It looks like it's actually used, beat up metal. You see all the scrapes. Compared to the new one, has this little flimsy little thing. Also, too, notice the color on the actual arrow. Green and then black. Well, this one doesn't come with Arrow. Injustice 2 doesn't come with Arrow attached to the bow. But it does come with a regular quiver, right? And also, too, again, color. Green, black, compared to the new one solid color. Now, again, these are the good things on the regular Arrow. Also, too, the small little details. Even the color here. I don't know if my camera can pick it up, but there you go. Look at the design on the jacket, that painting, that silver painting of the zipper. It looks really, really good, man. Even, unfortunately, my camera's not good, but you can see the little silver here right there on this jacket. The design, the texture. Overall, the figure is good. The sculpture is good. Even the paint right here, the small little arrows on his left knee. It's really, really good. But, unfortunately, the color palette itself is very bland and nothing really pops in terms of this figure. Compared to the other figure, the new one, the colors just look at it. Compared to 2, the colors just pop. So, I don't know, it's hard to choose one because there's small details on this one that make it look really good, man, to the point where it's like, yes, this is a better figure. But the color palette on this one looks really good, especially with that gold. It really pops. And there's very subtle gold, but it looks very, very good all around here. Come on, camera. There you go. The little gold here in the shoulders, and his wrist. It's just really good. But again, small detail. For instance, here, this knife, it's just painted black. And I wish it was painted something similar to this Green Arrow. So, if I had to choose one, though, if I had to just choose one, which one would I choose? I'm going to say, I got to say probably the original one. I think it looks good. Good sculpture. Yes, the color palette isn't as vibrant as the new one, but the small little details. As the saying goes, it's the little things that make a difference. It's the little things that make a difference. And to me, I think, in my opinion, the original Arrow, Green Arrow, is a far better figure than the new one. Now, it does not mean that this is a bad figure. And I gotta say, this figure is definitely a buy. Must purchase. If you like the game, Injustice 2, definitely purchase. It's a good figure. And I really, really, really like this figure. And I highly recommend it. The only issue is, like I said, it doesn't come with the actual bow, so you can kind of make it look similar to this. Whereas he's actually holding a bow with an arrow in it. And obviously the side eyes. But again, everything else is good. The sculpture is good. The paint's good. Very detailed. Not as small in terms of the paint. Not as detailed as the original one. But it's still a very good figure. Like, if this is like a 10 out of 10, this is probably like a 9 out of 10. Which is still up there. Is really, really good. So I would highly recommend getting the new Green Arrow figure by McFarlane. Because one, the original Arrow is hard to find. And I think having this new one added to the edition is really, really good. Now let's add in some other Injustice 2 characters here. And we're missing, here we go. So, like I said, highly recommend getting the new Green Arrow figure. It looks really good, very detailed. Flash, do not fall. I'll have you lean onto the box. There you go. Because he's going to fall. Overall, fantastic figure. I really like this figure, and this is a must buy. I know I've said it already, but definitely get this figure. This is a really good figure, and I highly recommend it. So, that concludes an overview for Green Arrow for Injustice 2. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think with this figure? Do you plan on getting it or not? Leave it in the comment section below. If you had to choose between the two, which is this Green Arrow or the original, if I can get it right here, this one, which would you choose? Injustice 2 Green Arrow or Arrow from the TV show? Leave it in the comment section below. And another question for you guys is, which character would you prefer, or would you want McFarlane to make from the Injustice 2? For me, I would like to see Doomsday. I'm sorry. Darkseid or Superman and Harley Quinn, man. Come on, McFarlane. You made these three. Let's add more to it. Let's actually, you know what? Let's make it all villains the next couple waves from Injustice 2. We need more villains from the Injustice 2. So that's just my choice, but leave it in the comment section below. If you had to choose any other character that you would like McFarlane to make from the Injustice 2 video game, let me know. As always, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. So that concludes an overview of Green Arrow from Injustice 2, and on to the next one.